to Happy Chick. Today we are checking in with the Thai Dragon Blackberry Tea Wine. It's been about 3 weeks since we made her, and we're going to see if we need to take the peppers out now or if they can stay a little bit longer. I know she's still bubbling, so I know she's not done yet, but if those peppers are hotter than I'm thinking, I want them out. Because I don't want to blow my head off. So let's go ahead and check to see what it tastes like. We're also going to do a specific gravity too, because I'm curious as to see how she's doing. So, because I'm nosy. It's been 3 weeks and she's doing really nice. She's been bubbling away, and so she's looking beautiful. Nice, gorgeous red color. So, let's go ahead and, ooh, look at the color. That's pretty. Okay, there she's floating. I'm not worried too much about disturbing the leaves because I know she's not done yet. So if we have to remove the peppers, I'm just gonna swirl her up to get all the leaves out as well and transfer into another container to get the peppers out. Because of the angle of the bottle, I'm not gonna be able to get them out. So that's okay. All right, let's see where she's at. Let's see here. So let me get my pen. She's at 1.070. Oh. 1.070. Okay. I forgot to set my ABV calculator up because I was not thinking. It'll take me just a second. All right. I mean, I know she's not done yet, so. But you know me, I'm nosy. And she just gurgled. So, update. Yeah, she's only at 6.56%. So, I knew, 6.56%. But it's only been 3 weeks, so, it's all good. Let me pour a little drinky drink, just a taster. She's still going to be on the sweet side, but, I really want to know whether I can leave this pepper in a little bit longer or if we need to take it out. Or I think I had 2 in there. 1 small and 1 big, I think I had. All right. I mean, she's not clear at all, but she's a pretty color. Oh, and you get that berry scent right away. Mmm. Absolutely no heat whatsoever. Huh. Well, let's see here. I think I just bruised her. I don't think I did cut her up at all. So, what do I want to do? Maybe I should have cut her up. I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave her as is. Because at this point, if I cut her, yeah. They're not, the stem fell off. So, yeah. I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to leave her as is and let her keep going. So, I may refill this up because it's a little bit on the low side. But other than that, she's going to go back where she belongs. So we'll check back in her in a couple more weeks. I'll keep, swirling so the peppers don't get dried out. But, they're small enough, so I don't think I'm going to have to worry about that. So, but yeah, she's coming along pretty good. Still on the sweet side, but she's got a little bit more to go. She's at only 6%, and we used Lalvin D47, so it will be a little bit to go. Still about halfway done. So today we're looking at the Thai Dragon Blackberry Tea Wine. It's been a little while, and I'm pretty sure she's done. You know, holidays and stuff like that gets in the way, and work, so, you know, it's not a problem though. The longer they stay, the better they are, and I think the more chances that they will be done. So I'm not too worried about it at all. So if you can leave your brews alone, leave them alone for a little bit. Not going to hurt them at all. I promise. A pinky swear promise. Last time we looked at her was almost at the end of October. So I'm telling you, it's been a while. She was on the low side though, 6.56%. So I'm hoping she got a little bit higher than that. But only one way to find out is to do a hydrometer reading. So let's go ahead and pop this top and get a sample. Of course, everything has been sanitized in my Star San. Now, if you remember, oh my God, look at that color. Wow. I did not take out the peppers. I only had 2 small peppers, and they didn't impart any heat whatsoever that I could detect. And I'm a lightweight when it comes to heat. So I just decided to leave them in. Just to, you know, impart any flavors or anything else that they had, or, you know, whatever. And also because I was lazy. So, you know how it is. Alrighty, so she's floating really high. So I don't think she dropped too much at all. Let's see here. Yeah, she dropped a little bit, but not a whole lot. 1.05. Oh, about 20 points. That's it. Huh. See, let's see here. I used Lalvin D47, and we only had like 2 pounds and 10 ounces of sugar. So I don't know why that one's not, I don't know why she didn't burn through that more, you know, than I anticipated. Unless I didn't weigh out the sugar right. I don't know. So anywho, let's figure out the ABV on this. Alrighty, so she's at 9.16. All right. Well, a little bit better than I was thinking. Let me pour off a little sampler. So it's going to still be on the sweet side. Okay. I do get the berry flavor, or the berry scent, from the blackberry tea. You know, it doesn't smell sweet, but you never know. So let me just get a taste in here. It's really sweet. Man, I'm going to try something. I've got some yeast hulls, which a couple of other wine sites have suggested use for as nutrition for some yeast. So, I know the yeast has not reached any potential. I have not racked it or anything. So I think I'm going to rack it off into a different container, because I really want this one back so that I can start brewing some more. But I'm going to rack it into a regular container. I'm going to bring all the leaves with me. I'm going to have to stir it back up. But I'm going to put in some yeast hulls to see if maybe a little bit more yeast, to see if we can't get this going again. It's really too sweet, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to transfer to a wide mouth one. That way it's not so much air, because they are a little bit smaller. And I'm going to try this yeast hull and some yeast to see if maybe that might get some of this going. So let me set myself up for that, and we will be back in just a minute. So I'm set up now for transferring from this demijohn into this clean demijohn. I'm really hoping that this will be higher up so there's less air in the demijohn. I also got some Lavin D47. I'm going to put in about a half of a packet again. Or, you know, it still has yeast in here, but I just think it was probably a little too sugary for it. It got kind of overwhelmed. So I'm maybe not quite half of a packet, but a fourth of a packet or something like that. I'm just going to go ahead and toss that in. You know, like a half of a teaspoon-ish, I guess. Save this for another brew. Now, these are the yeast hulls that I'm telling you about. It's kind of a powder. I was kind of surprised. I was expecting to look like, you know, that. But some people have said to use for stuck or sluggish fermentations. Yeast hulls are dead yeast cells that absorb toxic yeast byproducts that could be inhibiting your fermentation. Use 0.5 to 0.9 grams per gallon. Mix with distilled water and add to wine. Well, I'm just going to toss it in here. Not the whole package. I'm just going to use about, I don't know what a half of a gram to 1 gram is. I'm just going to use like a teaspoon worth. And we're going to give this a shot. So I'm just going to put that in there and chuck that down in there. We're going to give this a try. Somebody had suggested this a while ago for fermentations and such. What's the site? I almost said their name, and now their name just went bloop. Oh, City Steading Brews. They're the ones that have been using the yeast hulls for a while now. I think about 6 months to a year. I think harder than heck to find. So if you can find them on the internet, get them. I mean, this is just a 50-gram bag, and that's all I could get was 50 grams. But I mean, you don't need a whole lot, so you know this will probably last me for a little bit. But I'm gonna give it a try since I think this is kind of stuck. So we're gonna give her a little more time and a little more love, and see if that does the trick. Okay, so we've got the yeast in, we've got the yeast hulls in. So let me go ahead and transfer this into the new demijohn. Now I want the lees to come with it. So I'm just going to shove this all the way down. I'm not going to be too worried about picking up the lees because I want them to come. I'm going to kind of zhush it around a little bit to kind of loosen those up. It's not really hard packed, I don't think. There we go. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start sucking that out. I don't think I'm going to transfer the chilies with it. Although I didn't really cut them up or anything. I just kind of smashed them. So I might bring them over, like chop them up to get some more heat out of them maybe. It's an experiment, so let's do that. My friend Chloe, who gave me the peppers, she said they weren't really that hot until she added quite a few of them. So I'm not too worried about them being overpowered by the spice of the peppers for, 1 gallon of wine. So, but I think I'm going to do that. I think I will transfer them. I'm just going to chop them up, though, so that more of the heat can get out. So, drop that down so it will siphon out faster. You know, some wines do take longer than you anticipate. Like I said, I started this in early October, and so now it's almost the thing. You know, it's the beginning of December, and I'm still futzing around with it. So, you know, sometimes things happen; they get stuck. I think I probably put too much sugar in, and so it just kind of stalled on me. But it's a learning process. I'm not an expert by any means. So, you know, y'all don't take my word as gospel. So I've got our Thai Dragon transferred into a little bit smaller demijohn. So we don't have very much head space. I'm really hoping that this will start fermenting again to get rid of some of that sugar. We've got some yeast hulls in here for some extra food for the yeast. We threw in a little bit more yeast. We kept the lees from the original brew. So, and I put the peppers back in here. I did cut them up a little bit. They're on the thin side. So I don't know. They're, you know, not too peppery, I don't think. But why not? It's an experiment, right? So, what are we going to do now? Well, I'm going to just stir about. I think I just stirred a little too much. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right, so we've got the airlock on. There is some pressure going because she did have some gas in her. So that helps get rid of any oxygen. So I don't have to worry about turning into vinegar or anything. So it's got the yeast hulls for food. And we did not dilute her or anything. So what are we going to do? Put her back and forget about her for a little bit more. I'll keep checking on her for the next couple of days just to see if she starts fermenting again. What, you know, if anything. So it's going to be interesting. I've never used these yeast hulls before, so we'll give it a try. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Sorry I didn't bottle these because I was anticipating it, but oh well. It most definitely probably will be bottled the next time. If not, I don't know what else to do with this sucker. Anywho, thanks for watching, you guys. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye!